Good morning. As Reverend Joyce mentioned this morning, a new month, a new focus, a new direction. We're talking all about honesty this month. And each time we start a new month, you may have noticed this pattern when we talk about activating something new. We put this in the announcement page so you can see what's coming up, what the various focuses are, the topics and musicians for the week. And also what I try to do is recommend some additional books, because I know a lot of you are voracious readers, and so you need more than just the journal that some of you are following along on. And one of the books that I recommended for this month is Honest to God, and it's written by two authors, Neil Donald Walsh of the Conversations with God fame, and the other author is Dr. Brad Blanton. He's famous for his radical honesty work, and the book is an exploration of the role of honesty in our personal transformation, as well as our transformation in a society, how truthfulness not only sets us free as individuals, being transparent. It's like a breath of fresh air, that freedom to just be yourself. But it's not only personally that we benefit, it's the people around us, and as a result, our society too. So this is a fantastic book. The bad news is that the book is out of print. See, since we're being honest, I'll tell you how that happened. I was looking around for books, and I remembered how fantastic this book was, and I took it off of my bookshelf, and I forgot to check if it was available, and it's not, so there it is. But I did go online, and, some of those services like Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com, they do have this network of used book sellers, and you can actually get this book online from as low as $1 to $5 plus shipping. So if you hear something that really sparks your interest, you can still get it. Okay, because it's a great manual for activating honesty in your life. Now, honesty in your life, you would think, is something that would be unnecessary to mention in a spiritual community. Right? I mean, it's obvious. Honest is good, right? Right. I mean, maybe you're like me, you're asking, how is it possible to even be a spiritual being if you're not honest? Right? Right. I mean, after all, science of mind, our philosophy, plus many other faith traditions just like this, we use the word truth as a synonym for divinity, for God. Right? Right. So if we hold truth to be divine, then it's reasonable to expect that we would honor that as one of our values, and that you'd expect a lot of transparency and honesty and truthfulness right here. Right? Problem is that truthfulness and honesty is a stumbling block, a place of struggle for many regular folk like you and me. Many spiritual beings struggle with honesty. I'm not talking about like in the obvious way where somebody will actually choose dishonesty over truth, although that happens here too. I'm talking about the more subtle forms that we struggle with. For example, the form in which I don't tell myself what's going on with my body, or I don't tell myself what's going on with my finances or the people around me. Or that kind of subtle one, I don't want to deal with reality, so I don't tell people around me what's going on with my reality. Or I withhold information because I'm trying to control situations. Or I'm avoiding disclosing certain things because it's my way of avoiding discomfort also. Those kind of things? You get the picture? Those kind of things. Yeah. The interesting thing is, for some reason, some of us think we can get away with this, even though at the same time we say the unity of all life. You'll see it everywhere. We say, we are one, and we all exist, one mind. Inside that mind we exist. We share the use of that divine mind. So now why would I think at the same time? Do you see what I'm saying? that I can get away with lying if there's only one. Unless I don't really believe there's only one. And not only that, why is there so much of it going on, all this lying? I think it has something to do with our culture. It's a standard in our culture. There's a dual standard. Openly, we almost always agree that honesty is the best policy. Yet at the very same time, there is a silent agreement on a group level that there are really special circumstances in which honesty is not at all desirable. Right? No? For example, if you're attempting to please everyone and offend no one, so for example, you can get a job or win a political campaign, etc., then you might not be able to show all of you. Right? Or for example, if you're in business and suddenly competition comes up and now you bought all the product, you have to sell it, so maybe you have to say things about the product that lead to sales. Right? Or for example, if you really want to keep things exactly as they are and you know that full disclosure will change everything. So now you have to put transparency on a schedule and lay it out. Right? Page 7 in this fabulous book says, and so, with all of our institutions modeling this lying behavior, we are taught to lie and support others in lying. We lie to each other about the smallest things these days. We won't even tell the truth about why we don't choose to play bridge tonight. And there's a way out of this. It's total transparency. It's radical honesty, and it works. It changes everything. It empowers. It does not disempower. It heals. It doesn't damage. It's focused on intimacy, true intimacy, the kind based on sharing the way your life actually is, not the Hollywood romance version. It is an acknowledgement of the truth of our experience as it actually is, without the build-up or spin or distortion of any kind. It is the love of what is so. It's going to be a fun month. Think about that, sharing the experience of how things really are for you. When last did you have that? I experience that as healing when I have that opportunity to really be me. And as I look at this, I'm starting to learn something that's certainly true for me, and maybe it's true for you. It says it's the most commonly quoted reason for why people choose not to be transparent. They say, for not telling the truth, they say they are concerned, they have a fear of hurting other people's feelings. That's what they say. I was listening to a well-known local spiritual teacher respond to that very concern, and she laughed and she said, why is it that we believe that telling the truth will result in harm? How is that so? And I really had to think about that. Like I started off saying, truth equals reality, equals God, equals harm. How can it be? Maybe it's not the truth that causes harm. Maybe it's my spin on the truth that causes the harm. I had to look at that.